Hello, my dear students, my dear boys and girls. Tonight's arrangement is past perfect continuous tense, and it's a very important topic tonight because without having knowledge of past perfect continuous tense, you can't write a sentence of your own correctly. However, this is the part 1, and another class I am going to take part 2 on past perfect continuous tense. Okay? Read the following sentences. I have written 6 sentences on the board. The first sentence is Rakesh had been watering the plants since 4 p.m. You see, Rakesh is third person singular number and had been is used. In any case, in the case of past perfect continuous tense, you will have to use had been. Rakesh had been, then comes the finite verb, that is the principal verb, water plus ing, watering. Watering the plants since 4 p.m. as it is the specific time and time has been mentioned particularly, since has been used. Then what is past perfect continuous tense? It is the continuity of tense in the past. You know that tense is always of the verb. So past continuous tense is a tense that was going on, or any activity or any action that was going on, but in that case time has been mentioned. While in past continuous tense there is no mention of time, in the past perfect continuous tense there is always the mention of time. It may be the point of time, it may be the period of time. Okay? Rakesh had been watering the plants since 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. is a specific time and it had been continuing, and that is why since has been used. Okay? So what is the formula? Subject plus had been plus finite verb or principal verb plus ing suffix, and if there is specific time or particular time, that is the point of time, since can be used, should be used. Now come to the second sentence. My little sister had been playing with a doll for an hour. You see, my little sister is also third person singular number, and had been is used, it is universal. In the case of past perfect continuous tense, had been must be used, and play is the finite verb and ing suffix. So playing with a doll for an hour, but there is no specific time for an hour. It may be in the evening, it may be at noon, it may be in the morning, whatever may be the time, for an hour. So there is no mention of time, so I have used for. Clear? Now come to the third sentence. The birds had been twittering in the garden since 5 o'clock in the morning. After the birds had been used, twitter is the principal verb, ing suffix, that is twittering in our garden, and there is the point of time. It is the particular time that has been mentioned. So, since has been used. Okay? The farmers, come to the fourth sentence. The farmers had been reaping paddy for about 3 hours. But what 3 hours? What is the time? It may be in the morning, it may be at noon, it may be in the evening, it may be at night. Whatever may be the case, farmer subject had been used and reap is the finite verb and ing suffix has been used. Okay? And as there is no point of time or specific time, for has been used. Okay? Come to the fifth sentence. The children had been playing cricket for 45 minutes. For has been used because 45 minutes have been mentioned, but it may be in the morning, it may be at noon, it may be in the evening. So, for has been used. Children subject had been auxiliary verb, play finite verb and ing suffix. Clear? And now come to the sixth sentence. They had been working for the poor since 1956. So 1956 is a specific year. They had been, they is pronoun, not noun. However, whatever may be the case, had been is used, work is the finite verb and ing suffix, and for has been used, and since has been used as the time, as the year has been particularly mentioned. Then what is, I may come to the conclusion that any action that goes on, that went on, or that was going on uninterruptedly for a specific time, for a particular time, it may be the verb takes the form of past perfect continuous tense. And what is the formula? The formula is, that is the method of construction. And the method of construction is subject plus verb, plus had been, that is auxiliary verb, plus principal verb, plus ing. This is the formula of past perfect continuous tense. But there is another way in which past perfect continuous tense can be constructed. For example, number one, I had been playing cricket. Before you came here. Please see. Please watch. I had been playing cricket. It is past perfect continuous tense. And the next part is past indefinite tense. Before you came. Before you came here. Okay? So, even in the case of past perfect continuous tense, there may be two incidents that occurred in the past, and the first one that had been occurring, or that had been happening, or that had been taking place, the verb takes the past perfect continuous tense. Remember it. So I had been playing cricket before you came here. You see that before you came here, came is the past, simple past form. Okay? Number 2, another sentence I am writing. For example, my father had been shopping in the market. My father had been shopping in the market before the bomb exploded. Before the bomb exploded. You see that 2 actions took place in the past, and one of them had a continuity in the past, and the other was a simple past tense because it suddenly occurred. However, there were 2 incidents in the past. One had the continuity, and the other had no continuity. So, my father subject had been auxiliary verb, shopping, shop plus ing, shopping, shop, and ing suffix in the market. And here there is no point of time, no specific time, and there is no mention of time. Okay? Before the bomb exploded. Exploded is the simple past form. This is also an example of past perfect continuous tense. My dear boys and girls, you see that number 3, the flowers had been opening. The flowers had been opening their petals the flowers had been opening their petals before the sun rose. You see that before the sun rose, it is the past indefinite form, simple past form. The flowers had been opening their petals. Flower subject had been auxiliary verb, opening, open plus ing suffix. So, 2 incidents or 2 actions took place in the past, but one took place a little ago and that had the continuity, and the other took place a little later and that had no continuity. Okay? Number 4. You see that the leaves of the trees were dropping off the leaves of the trees were dropping off before the winter came. Full stop. You see that leaves of the trees were dropping off. It had a continuity, and before the winter came, that is past indefinite tense, and it suddenly came. So the leaves of the trees were dropping off. Sorry, had been dropping off. It had a continuity. Sorry, had been dropping off. So the leaves of the trees had been dropping off. The leaves of the trees, subject, had been auxiliary verb, drop finite verb, and ing suffix. And came is simple past form. Clear? Come to number 5. Come to number 5. Suppose you are using before. Before the rainy season, before the rainy season, before the rainy season set in, the scorching heat, before the rainy season set in, the scorching heat of the summer, the scorching heat of the summer, the scorching heat of the summer had been causing suffering to all. Full stop. I have used before. Before the past perfect continuous tense, I have used past indefinite tense. You see, before the rainy season set in means started. Set in means started. Before the rainy season set in, the scorching heat of the summer, scorching heat, that is the burning heat of the summer, had been causing suffering to all. So it was a prolonged time, it had a continuity, and it had been going on. Okay? So I may use past perfect continuous tense and I may use past indefinite tense in the same sentence when the sentence suggests that something was going on continuously, uninterruptedly. I may use, or the verb takes the form of past perfect continuous tense, and the next one should take past indefinite tense. And that's the whole. And I think the boys and girls, all of you have understood the matter, what past perfect tense is. And I have shown you two types of past perfect tense: simple past perfect tense, perfect continuous tense, and another where two actions take place. Okay? And now to try to understand, and now try to practice at home, and there is no problem. And you may ask me questions when there is necessary, and there will be no problem. I will give you answer. And if there is any content, if you can understand the content of the matter, and if you understand what past perfect continuous tense is, don't hesitate to subscribe my channel so that I may be enthused, I may be encouraged to come before you with tidbits of grammar or grammatical items. Thanking all of you. Good night. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, my dear boys and girls.